Hello my friends, it's the Game Boy Geek here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the coolest hexes in gaming. Blinks brings the immersiveness of classic arcade games to tabletop gaming. You can play many games with blinks, and each blink knows how to play a single game and can teach the rules to every other blink. Today, I'll be highlighting how the system works and showing you 7 different games that are currently on the Kickstarter project. Now, Blinks has player count ranges from 1 to 8 players for ages 8 and up and published by Move38. So let's show you how the games work, and I'll see you on the other side. Now here are 7 different blinks, and to give you a feel for the size of these, I have about an average size male hand, and here it is sitting next to these. Now each of these blinks know a certain game. They all have different names on them for the games that they know, and they're able to teach the other ones. I've turned all of these other ones over, and here I show you that this is the game we're going to start with, Wham. So now I've also turned Wham over because the back side of these are clickable. You can click them, double click them, long press them. There's different functions when you click the bottom sides of these blinks. So I'm going to show you how these wake up. You just click them, and once we start doing this, I'm going to put the lights off now. But essentially you can click these and they'll wake up. So now I have them all lit up and they're going to wake. Now remember, this was the Wham game that we wanted to play it here in the bottom right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get ready to teach us the game, but I'm going to cluster these ones together because these are magnetic, so they actually will click into each other like this. Now we separate this one and we'll hold this for 3 seconds and we'll get ready to teach a game. And it's spinning blue, and then what I can do is put it up to the cluster and it starts to teach the entire cluster the game Wham. And when it's done, they'll all look green like this. Now in Wham, you can essentially set them up in any configuration you want as long as they're all connected. So I'll just leave them like this. Now Wham is for 1 or more players because you can play cooperatively or in sort of tournament mode. It uses 6 or more blinks because you can always add more if you have them. And it takes about 5 to 10 minutes to play. Now to start, I'm going to click one of these, and these different moles are going to be popping up, and I'm going to be trying to hit them and make them go back down. Now the moles are going to come up as red. We're going to try to hit them to get them to go back down. So they're going to come up in different ways in different rounds. It's kind of like whack-a-mole from the old Chuck E. Cheese arcade games. Also, anytime you click a specific blink that doesn't have a mole, you'll get a strike, and if you get 3 strikes, the game will end and it will be like this. Also, anytime a mole comes up and goes down without being hit, you'll get a strike, and anytime you get 3 strikes, it'll look like this and the game will end. Okay, the next game is Puzzle 101. You use exactly 6 blinks. It's for 1 or more players because it can be played cooperative. It takes 5 to 10 minutes to play. You're going to essentially try to finish this puzzle. So we have 5 of these surrounding 1. And we're going to go ahead and double click that. It's going to set a puzzle up on the rest of these. Now, once it's the puzzle set like this, you separate them all and you're trying to figure out how to set them together. Now, what happens is like this one needs yellow around it. This one needs blue here, on this side of it here, and yellow on this side. So you're trying to put them together to see if you can finish the puzzle. Because obviously, if I have this and this yellow is touching blue, and that is not going to be okay. So we're basically trying to figure out how does this puzzle go together. And now we put this with this, and now sort of they're flashing because, yes, that part of it is correct. So I've now connected this piece to here, and it's now blinking. And so maybe we try to do something like this. Now if we put it like that and it doesn't blink, then we know it's sort of incorrect. So maybe we try to do something like that. No, that doesn't work. But maybe this one comes around and goes like this. No. Well, it's got some of these are correct. And what about something like this? It's giving us a hint of which ones are correct. And I turned the camera off for about 10 minutes as I was trying to figure this thing out, but I finally figured it out that I had to put, the pieces flashing are the ones that are correct, and then I was able to figure out, I kind of had to separate them out to figure it out, and then I was finally able to get it to go. When it goes, it all blinks just like that, and you know that you've finished the puzzle. Now here we have Astro set up. It uses 8 or more blinks. It's for 2 to 4 players. It takes 10 to 15 minutes. Here I've set this up for 3 players. We have a blue right now. It's blue and orange and green. And this is showing the mission that these different ones are going to try to get. Now, what they're trying to do is go to these different asteroids and find one of these that has a color of the ore that they're trying to get. So for example, if this one comes over here and clicks in, it has gotten the blue ore from here, and it actually shows. It's hard to see in the light here, but in real life you can see that it has collected one of the blue it needs. So it could then come over here and it's going to connect to the second one, and the blue leaves the one that they've connected it from. So maybe they go over here, and as they're doing that, there's no turns. Everyone's doing their own thing. So this player might come over here and grab the green, this player might go over here and grab the orange, and once they get it, they sort of disconnect and they go to another one, and they're trying to be the first person to finish all their missions. For example, this blue one comes over here. They only need 2 left. They get this one, and they only need 1 left. Let's say this one disconnects and comes over here to get the orange, and this one comes over here and gets blue. So now they've finished. It's circling around a bunch of different times. You double click it, it gives you the next mission. So now this one is green. So now it's going to be going around and going to the different places. And again, there's actually 2 people going for green right now, so they're going to be sort of fighting over trying to be the first ones to get the green ore as it becomes available. Now, as you finish your missions, again, you're going to get different colors, and the first one to finish their 6th and final mission is the winner. Now I'm going to show you widgets. You can use 1 or more of the different blinks for this, but I'm just going to show you 1 here. There's different widgets you can use. This is a spinner. So you click here to spin, and you can see it spinning around. It's going to stop at a spot, and this could be a specific color you're looking for, or it could be a specific direction that it's pointing towards a player or something like that. But it's a way to do, spinning for colors or direction. Now this is a timer widget that you can set for a certain amount of time, and it will simply just count down, and when it's done with the time, it will let you know that the time clock is gone. So it's just another way of setting a timer. And when it's done, it will let you know like this. You can also use it for a dice or multiple dice if you have multiple blinks in here. Here's just 1 die, but in this case, it might be hard to tell in this light, but there's actually 5 of these lights lit. In person, it's a lot easier to tell, and I can see how it is sort of on camera, but if you look really close, you can see 5 lights there. You just click it, it will roll again, and 1. That one should be easy to tell. We'll click it again, you roll again, and 1 again. We'll click it again. And again, you could have as many dice as you want by linking together multiple blinks when using the widget. You can also use it to sort of flip a coin. One of them is yellow, and the other is white, and you just hit this, and essentially it's just like flipping a coin, random 50-50%, and that is white there. And if we flip it a few more times, you'll probably at least eventually get to see it. There we go. And it's just flipping a coin. And gold like this is heads, and the other white or the silver is tails. Now this is Zen Flow, and there's no implicit goal. This is meant for a meditative experience. You can use 6 or more blinks. It's 1 or more players, and it takes 10 to 15 minutes. So I have 2 sets of blinks here sort of separated. If you single click one of them, it just shoots a nice color wave around it like that. If you join them together, it will then shoot it all the way across all of it like this. And then this is single clicking, just giving the whole wave this just nice peaceful color swap like this. And maybe you swap some off like this, and you start to get some different color patterns going. And you can bring them all together in a different way. You can see it all just do different things like that. Now you can double click to spread random colors. Ooh, that looks kind of nice. Do it again. It's actually quite peaceful to watch this thing do this. It's very relaxing. But then if I hit 1, it's going to just give me 1 simple color. Double click, give us different colors. We split them up. Double click, it's going to do this one. We'll maybe do a single click over here, double click over here, single click. Maybe we'll do a double click. And we'll just kind of change what's going on with the colors. You can also long press, which puts you in a mirror mode, which basically gives it, let me connect these here. So let's get all these different colors going here, and then we can, so if we long press, now we've got, it's getting colors that it's connected to. So blue on this side and red on this side. So I will long press this one, and look, now it's only red connected to that one, so it did red. Let's do this one, long press it. Boom, we've got red here, orange here, blue here. So it's doing different things. Now, let's see, we do long press this one. Ooh. So it's doing all different sort of things. like that. Again, we can change this around, we can turn them off, we can separate them, have them do all different things. So it's more of a meditative experience in Zen Flow. Now I'm going to show you Dark Ball. It's for 1 or more players. It uses 6 or more blinks and takes 5 to 10 minutes to play. And right now we have this single line and we have 2 players shown by the green color here. Now what's going to happen is this player has the ball because it's spinning. I'm already about halfway through one of the games. Now you'll notice not only is it spinning, I don't know if you can tell, but there's 3 red lights here. This means they've missed the ball 3 times. This one has already missed it once. You're trying to be the last person standing, and if you miss the ball, you'll get a red light, and if you get all 6 of them red, you're out, and you keep going until there's only 1 player standing. In this case, there's only 2 of them. So when you click the ball, 1 player will be sitting over here on the right, and 1 player will be sitting over here on the left. The player on the right is going to click the ball, and the other player needs to hit it at the right time to hit it back. So, boom. Now you watch that one came up to the right and then hit it back. Let's do it again. And so what they're trying to do, again, is hit the ball back and forth, and it starts going faster and faster, and it changes speed. And, ooh, you see that how it goes back and forth really fast. We'll see one more, boom, 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 ooh. Oh, then it changes speed, and it really messes with your timing. I think the next one that doesn't get it is going to lose. Oh, and that one on the right exploded. But you can set it up for multiple players. Here's a 3-player. This one has the ball because it's spinning, and the other 2 players are going to have to watch because it could come down to there to the right, or it could come up here to the top here. See, it went to the right, it went here, went up, and then it hit this player, and this player did not hit it in time. So I'm trying to play it 1 player at a time. But as you can see, you're throwing the ball back and forth. It's sort of a timing exercise. It's really interesting because of how it changes time, but you can play with multiple players too, with this, 6 or many more blinks. And since you can play solo, you can set it up in a loop like this, working on your timing. Ooh, look at that! It did like multiple loops. And I missed. If you click it when it's not there, you also. Ooh, I got it! Oh, it's crazy. It gets. Oh, see, I screwed up right there. But it is kind of a fun little reaction exercise. It's harder than it looks. Oh, and I missed that one. You can see why it's called Dark Ball, because it's the ball goes around and kind of darkens some of the different lights there. So finally, we're going to go Tiptoe Volcano. This is for 2 or more players. It uses 8 or more blinks. It takes 5 minutes to play. Each player needs to have an even amount of blinks, but should be a maximum of 4. So here we have 2-player playing, and we have this here. So this is in a mode where they're trying to set up traps, and they would be doing this hidden from the other player, so you wouldn't be able to see this. But this player can set up traps, and when they click these, if they want it to be a trap, it'll be red. If they don't, it'll be green. So let's say they set up these 2 to be a trap. Again, this would be hidden from the other player. When they're ready, they double-click to put it in mode, and then you'll connect these 2. All the sections from all the players together like this. Then one of the player, who's the oldest, will start first, and by betting how many blinks they can click without hitting any of those red lava traps. And you might say, you know what, I can get to 2 of them. And the player on their left now must either raise the bid or challenge. If they raise, it must be higher than that, so they might say 3. Or they challenge. If they challenge, the player who's being challenged must carry out their bet to see if they can do it. And they must start by clicking one of their own blinks. Then they can click any blink after that. So let's say that player said 2, and they got challenged, and they said, okay, so we'll click this. Ooh, it's green, and click this. It's green. Now, if they successfully did it like this, the player who challenged them would lose one of their blinks. If they did hit a red lava, then the player that was the one that was trying to say how many they would do, if they messed up, they lose one of their blinks, and then it continues to the next player's turn. So for instance, now let's say this player said, I can do 3 of them. This player's like, yeah, go ahead, try it. So they'll click one of their own. Ooh, they hit a lava on their own. That would be terrible. Just going to show you what would happen here. And so they would have to lose one of their blinks because they had hit one of the lava traps. Showing you another lava trap going off here, and players will continue going around until only 1 player is left with any blinks left. Well, there you have blinks, and as I showed in the overview, it's a cool system that can travel well and has many games to choose from. Now, if you'd like to see all the final games, the different ones you can get, and all the different pledge levels available, you can click the link below me in the description of this video, and it will take you directly to the Kickstarter project page, and I'm sure that Move 38 would love your support.